Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Outside the Box Score Extra Innings. Last time, went through and did my 2024 Baseball Hall of Fame ballot. This time, going to do something a little bit differently. Obviously, I'm a sports guy at heart. That's mainly what I talk about. I'm also a movie guy. I love the movies, and I love the Oscars. The Oscars are one of my favorite nights of the year. So, we're going to go through and predict all the winners for the Academy Awards, which are happening tonight. Haven't done my predictions yet. This is the first time I've done it. So we're going to go through and predict 23 categories in the 2024 Oscars. We're going to start at the bottom, move up, get to actress, actor, director, picture, all that stuff at the end. So best live action short. I also do want to get the odds up for some of these because, to be honest, I haven't seen everything yet this year. I sort of slacked off, to be honest with you, in my movie watching this year. So I just got the odds up. So we're gonna go for live action short film. We've got The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, Red, White, and Blue, The After, Invincible, and Night of Fortune are the four we can predict from. It's the heavy favorite, but I fully expect this is the year that Wes Anderson gets his first Oscar. I'm going to go with The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Also, they have the odds on here, so I don't even need to get those up. Red, White, and Blue, I'm going to say finishes second. I'll do Invincible third, The After fourth, and Night of Fortune fifth. Oh, this just took me to Best Picture. Okay, well, I didn't want to do that. Documentary short. The ABCs of Book Banning, Last Repair Shop, Nine and Wei Pao, The Barber of Little Rock, and Island in Between. I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen any of these, so go with the favorite. The ABCs of Book Banning. That seems like it would be a winner for this as well. Save these. The short films, I'm not too familiar with most of them. This one I am familiar with. War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. That's the heavy favorite for a reason. I have watched it. It's very good, especially if you're a Beatles fan. So I think that's easily going to win animated short. We'll do Letter to a Pig second, Pachyderm third, Our Uniform fourth, and 95 Senses fifth. Like I said, most of these not too familiar with. International is going to be the zone of interest. Just hands down. No doubt about it in my mind. Zone of interest is going to win this. I would have liked to see Japan submit Godzilla -1 for this award, but they didn't even submit it. Godzilla -1 was one of the favorite movies I saw this entire year. So I would have liked to see it in this category. It's not. That's okay. Society of the Snow, I've heard very good things about. I've also heard very good things about Perfect Days. So I'll put those there. The Teacher's Lounge and Capitano, I'm not too familiar with. So I'll just put them in that order. Documentary, once we get over there. This one's tough to me because the thing I've heard the most about is Four Daughters. So I'm going to say that one wins. 20 Days and Maripol, it's the favorite for a reason. But like I said, me personally, I've heard more people talking about Four Daughters than anything else. We'll say The Eternal Memory third. To Kill a Tiger, I've heard about. And we'll do The People's President in fifth. So animated feature. I know the odds are weird here. I'm going to go with The Boy and the Heron winning. And my justification is I love Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I saw it opening weekend in theaters. I'm a big Spider-Man guy. I adored the movie. I think they're going to wait until the third one comes out to give it another animated feature. So I'm going to say that finishes second. The Boy and the Heron, Miyazaki, another Studio Ghibli movie. It was the thought process was it was probably going to be his last movie. We're not sure about that now, but it just seems like that would win this year over Across the Spider-Verse, a movie that a lot of people thought sort of went unfinished. It finished on a big cliffhanger, and it's very much a part one of a two-part series. So I'm going to go with The Boy and the Heron here. Elemental is always going to be up there. Elemental, it had this very strange run at the box office and very strange sort of discourse around it. So I think I've heard very good things. I haven't finished it. I've seen parts of it. Nimona was good. I liked Nimona. I didn't see Robot Dreams. But I did watch Nimona, and I was very pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to say that finishes fourth to Elemental in third there. Visual effects, Godzilla -1. Hands down, I thought Godzilla -1 was the best looking movie I saw this year. The fact that the budget was reported $15 million, if that's true, and I know the Japanese market is a lot different than the American market. If that's true, this deserves to win this Oscar 6 times. The creator is going to finish in second. I think Mission Impossible is a good bet for third. Go Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Napoleon. Napoleon kind of the the outlier in this category for in terms of it's just not really that type of movie where you would expect it to be nominated for best visual effects. Sound, I think, is easily Oppenheimer. I'd probably go Maestro second, Zone of Interest. Actually, no. I'll go with Zone of Interest third, and then Maestro. Music movies do have a tendency to sort of sneak through in this category. So I could see Maestro even potentially winning this, but I really like Oppenheimer in this category. I'll go creator and then Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible, it stinks that it's going to get pretty much snubbed tonight because I thought it was great, but it doesn't quite reach the highs of Fallout for me. I thought Fallout was a better movie, and there's just so much competition in the categories that it's nominated for. And Oppenheimer was just fantastic with their use of sound that I'd like to see that win, and I expect it to win. This is a tough category. So Barbie is going to win. It's going to be one of the two songs from Barbie, and What Was I Made For has been the one winning the awards by Billie Eilish. Personally, I think it would be very fun if I'm Just Ken won. I would like to pick it here, but I just think What Was I Made For is a much better bet. I think I'm going to go I'm Just Ken second. Flamin' Hot, The Fire Inside, that's a fun one. I'll pick that third. We'll go American Symphony fourth. And A Song for My People from Killers of the Flower Moon is fantastic. I mean, this is a great category this year. It's going to be Barbie. It's all just about which song it is. And Billie Eilish has been crushing it this award season. Score? John Williams is nominated for approximately the 188th time for Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny, but he's not going to win it. I'm going to go with Killers here. I don't think Oppenheimer wins this one. Another fantastic score is always by Hans Zimmer and Oppenheimer, but I'm going to go Killers here. We'll do it like that. I think that's a good lineup of how the Academy looks at things. John Williams is always going to get people talking about it. And he's won 5 Oscars, I think. He's been nominated. I made a joke earlier. I want to say it's 60 times now, something like that. And he's won 5. So he'll be in the conversation as always, but I do lean Killers of the Flower Moon here. It was such a fantastic score. Production design, I think Poor Things is an easy win here. I sort of like this, honestly, in the order they're listed at here. So I'm just going to go with that. I watched Poor Things a week ago and was blown away by the design of everything, from the settings to the costumes. Everything about the way Poor Things looked was so perfect to the period. And especially there's a scene where they're on a cruise ship, and that really blew me away. So I think Poor Things wins this pretty easily. So we'll keep that there. Makeup and hair. It's probably going to be Maestro. This is probably the only one that Maestro wins. They love biopics. Making someone look like another real person. This category has always loved that type of movie. I'd go Poor Things. Society of the Snow and Golda, I'm going to be honest, I'm not familiar with. So again, we're just going to go in order here because I have not seen either of those movies, and I'm not too familiar with either of them. Editing, I think this could go to Anatomy of a Fall, just because Oppenheimer, you'll see, I think has a pretty big sweep tonight. I think Oppenheimer wins a lot of awards. So there's going to be a couple that go to movies that were heavily nominated but aren't going to win as much. I like Anatomy of a Fall here. I'll say Oppenheimer third, Poor Things, Killers, and The Holdovers, all of these movies. I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall fully. All of these movies are really good and have great editing. I think The Holdovers, 9-2 seems a little low for me. I love the editing in The Holdovers, but I think that's sort of the way that's going to go. Costume design, I'm going to go with Poor Things. I don't think Barbie's going to win as many awards as some people expect it to. So I'm going to go with Poor Things, Barbie second. Then we'll do Killers, Oppenheimer, Napoleon. Any of these could win this award. Oppenheimer, the costumes are more so just guys wearing suits and women wearing period appropriate clothing. But Poor Things has some very interesting designs with the costumes. It's not just standard run of the mill period stuff. There's some really great looks in Poor Things. And well, Barbie, obviously it's about all the different ways you can dress up a Barbie. I lean Poor Things in this category. Cinematography, it's probably just going to be Oppenheimer. I'd like to see it go to Killers or Poor Things for that matter. I'd like to see it go to either of those movies, but I think it's just Oppenheimer. Throw those in there as well. Maestro, I didn't think was, I thought it was well shot, but I didn't think it deserved to be in this conversation with those other ones. Original screenplay is very funny. I think it's Anatomy of a Fall. I want it to be The Holdovers. But The Holdovers just got accused of being plagiarized by, I'm drawing a blank on his name, the guy that wrote Paddington 2. He had a script that Anthony Payne, the director of The Holdovers, read and then wrote the script for The Holdovers, and apparently they're very similar. So The Holdovers just got accused of plagiarism. I think it would be very funny if it won tonight after these accusations came out yesterday. But I think Anatomy of a Fall is going to get original screenplay. This is the type of award that you'll see in, obviously, Oppenheimer's and adapted screenplay this year. But a lot of times, the movie that doesn't win Best Picture will get screenplay. It sort of, at times, can be a runner-up for Best Picture. And the way Anatomy of a Fall is talked about, I think that's a pretty clear favorite to win original screenplay. I'm going to throw May December in third. I thought that screenplay was very interesting. Past Lives, and then Maestro. May December is a very, very interesting movie that I recommend a lot of people watch. This is interesting. I did not expect American Fiction to be the favorite here, but Yeah, I'm gonna say it's American Fiction because, like I said, the screenplays can be the runner-up for Best Picture, and having Oppenheimer an adapted screenplay, which obviously it is, it's based off of a book. Um, I didn't realize all of these were adapted, uh, but obviously Oppenheimer is gonna be an adapted this year, sort of, and I think it wins Best Picture. That would I would lean American Fiction, and I'm actually gonna go Poor Things second, Zone of Interest third, Oppenheimer, then Barbie. I think the three of those have a better chance of winning adapted than at least Oppenheimer. Maybe actually, yeah, I'm gonna put Oppenheimer in last here just because any of these four movies could win this, even though I think Barbie should be an original screenplay. I think any of these four movies could win this as the okay, we're not giving Oppenheimer absolutely everything. So yeah, I'm gonna put Oppenheimer in last there. Supporting actor. God, I'd be happy seeing any of these four or any of these five win it. I don't think it's Gosling. I don't think it's Ruffalo. I really liked Ruffalo in Poor Things, but his performance was weird. He came in, he had a very strange accent. He sort of almost broke a couple of times during the movie. There's a couple of almost bloopers that made it into the final cut. So I could see them holding that against him. De Niro was fantastic in Killers. I want to see Robert Downey win it. Then I'm going to go De Niro, Ruffalo, Gosling, Sterling K. Brown. And Sterling K. Brown will get, like, all these guys, obviously, De Niro is a legend. These are five of the best actors we have working right now. This is a stacked category this year. But I'm just going to take the chalk and go Downey. I've taken a lot of chalk for this, but that's okay. Divine Joy Randolph, who was fantastic. Emily Blunt was great. This is a category that in recent years has been very strange. So we saw, oh my God, Curtis win last year. Jesus, for uh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. She beat out Angela Bassett. She beat out Stephanie Hsu, who, in my opinion, should have won for that movie ahead of her. This is kind of a wild card of a category. And I haven't seen Naiad, but this category in recent years has liked the Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't think they're giving it to Foster again. I don't think Foster's going to get the Lifetime Achievement Oscar. I'm going to go Emily Blunt, Divine Joy Randolph. Then I'll go Foster, Danielle Brooks, and America Ferrera. I personally, I would have America Ferrera last in odds here. Lead actor, it's going to be Cillian Murphy. I'm going to say this right now. My prediction is it's Cillian Murphy. I want it to be Paul Giamatti so bad. So I'm going to put Paul Giamatti. I'm going to feel bad about it. Cillian Murphy, Jeffrey Wright, Coleman Domingo, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper just did the thing where he put on makeup and he was good. He was very good in Maestro, but I don't think it was Oscar worthy. Actress, Emma Stone. Lily Gladstone was fantastic in Killers of the Flower Moon. I think, and I'm even going to use a super bet on this. She's excellent in Killers of the Flower Moon. I think the recent talk is more about Emma Stone. Leading up to this, I like Emma Stone to win this one. I'm going to put Sandra Huller third, Carey Mulligan fourth, and Annette Bening 5th, but I just have a strange feeling that Emma Stone's going to win this Oscar tonight. Director, it's Cillian Murphy, or not Cillian Murphy, Christopher Nolan. Move on. I'd put it in this order. I think Yorgos second, Scorsese, Triet, and Glazer. And then the second super bet, Oppenheimer's winning Best Picture. We've got to put 10 of them in order here. So I'm going to say Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Holdovers, Anatomy of a Fall, Zone of Interest, American Fiction, Past Lives, Barbie, Maestro. That's based on, even though I haven't seen all of these movies, based on all the rumblings I've heard, like all the talk about these movies, I think that's pretty much the way it's going to go. I think Killers in a normal year probably wins. This was a very good year for movies, very diverse year for movies. And just look at what I have in the top 4. You have 4 entirely different films. And I think in a regular year, Killers probably wins it. But this isn't a regular year. And I think Oppenheimer wins Best Picture as well. I'm pretty confident with that. So those are all the predictions. I feel pretty good about that, to be honest with you. I've been like 75% every year that I've done this. I've done this 4 or 5 years, and I'm usually around 75%. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Oscar's starting shortly. I'm recording this about an hour before the show starts is when I started recording this. So I'm going to get this up before the Oscars. And those are my predictions, 23 awards. Like I said, I haven't seen everything, but I like to try to keep my eye on some of these award races and hope you enjoy this. If you want to see more stuff that isn't entirely sports related, let me know. I love talking about movies. I love talking about a lot of stuff that aren't sports. So happy to do more stuff like this. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe here on YouTube. Make sure to ring that notification bell and tune in every Saturday morning here on the Score 1260 YouTube channel or on twitch.tv/marker_box. You can go to the Score 1260 AM, the score1260.com, or the Score 1260 app. And listen to Outside the Box Score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse. And we'll see you then. Recording this on Sunday. I'll be back Saturday at 11 a.m. like I always am. And peace.